this is basically my Swiss roll, which is kind of used to being in a rolled position, which is why we leave it in the cloth, right? And then you can use either whipped cream or you can use like mousse, which I'm going to show you guys. And by the way, guys, we do have online classes and we have recipe books, and this is where you can get this mousse recipe from our new ebook called the No Bake, what is it called? No Bake Desserts. And so I'm just gonna apply some mousse in here. Again, you can use mousse or whipped cream. So I'll do another one with like whipped cream so you guys can see. But basically, I just apply some mousse in the inside. Now, I am being very careful not to bend this too much because it could break. And that's usually the problem with, for most people, that, you know, the Swiss roll does tend to break. So I tend to just make sure I put whipped cream or the filling, but not all the way to the end, right? I just kind of get here. And you can just kind of use something else to help you get the rest of this. And then after that, you gently roll it up. See, you don't want it to crack, so you want to gently roll it up to go back to sort of this rolled position. I want to show you guys one I had done with buttercream like this. You apply buttercream, then chocolate buttercream, and then you take a fork and you make them this size. Now, the thing about a sponge cake though is that you know it doesn't go very well with buttercream frosting. Now, this is how the Yule Log is made, but I like having other alternatives for this. So I just kind of want to show you guys another alternative for doing this with whipped cream, right? And so what you can do is, if you are not a regular baker, you can just go to a supermarket and just kind of purchase whipped cream. You can do the whipping cream or you can do the double cream. Whip it a little bit after chilling it. And then what you're going to do is you're going to add a little bit of icing sugar that's sifted. And that's it. The next best thing to do is look for something like a non-dairy, or even if you want to get the already whipped stuff, like Ebook has it if you're in a Kenyan market. In the US market, something like whipped, Cool Whip kind of works. That's what you want to do. And you will just kind of apply the whipped cream along the log like this. So what I'm doing, this doesn't need a lot of experience in decoration. You just kind of want to keep this simple, but I do want to tell you guys, if you can, make sure you're making these lines, right? So that, again, we're trying to make it look like a log. Now, get just to the edge. There are some people who like decorating here, but I like people to see this, so I won't be touching that. I'm just trying to keep it within this place. Then again, I come here, and I'm just gonna apply against the length of the cake, right? Just against the length of the cake. Now, if you can find some non-dairy that's already chocolate, even better, right? If you want, you can fold in some cocoa powder in your non-dairy before whipping it. It doesn't get very, very brown, but it does turn a little bit brown. But I wanted to show you guys like the easiest way. This is like so foolproof to do this that will make it look like a chocolate. Now, you can use cocoa powder like I'm gonna do, but if you don't have regular cocoa powder, you can actually use just drinking chocolate instead to just kind of dust on top. So you just kind of take your fork and you want to just make some indentations like this, just to make it look like the bark of a tree. Again, you don't even need to do this because, as you can see, my palette knife actually left some marks. But this just kind of gives it a little bit of authenticity. Then if you do want to make it look like it's winter or something like that, you can apply some icing sugar on here like this and just dust it on top. Just a little bit, just to give it sort of that winter look, but this is not a must. And then if you can find like a sprig of rosemary and then dip it in some icing sugar, you know, like this, you can sort of use that to decorate the side of your Yule log. And then you can just kind of finish this off with some cherries. You can put 2 full ones, or you can just put, you know, half ones, whichever you prefer. Just kind of get 1 or 2 cherries and just place them right here. Since you do have some buttercream, it should be easy tonight to stick it nice and perfect like this. So this is basically a nice simple Yule log that you can do for home. And if you want it longer, you can just make the cake longer and then just kind of decorate like this and just leave it this way.